Hey there, and welcome. We're about to dive into a really powerful idea, a way to cut through all that mental noise that runs our lives so we can finally unlock who we really are. This is all about finding the gift of clarity.
Our source material kicks things off with this quote, and man, it just hits you, right? It perfectly frames the problem we all face, that feeling of being a stranger in our own skin, haunted by our own thoughts. But it also gives us hope. It suggests the door to peace has been open this whole time. We just need to learn how to walk through it. So, what is this lie that's keeping us from walking through that door? In this first section, we're going to explore a huge case of mistaken identity that, according to our source, is the real root of all our struggles. The source calls this core illusion avidya. Now, this isn't about being uneducated or not knowing facts from a book. No, it's a way deeper kind of ignorance. It's the mistaken belief that I am just this temporary body and this crazy, nonstop stream of thoughts. We basically latch on to the stuff that's always changing, and in the process, we forget the part of us that's permanent. And this isn't just some abstract idea to kick around. The source is crystal clear on this. This one single case of mistaken identity is the starting point, the ground zero, for pretty much everything that causes us pain and anxiety. The takeaway here is huge. If we can just get a handle on this one misperception, we can start to unravel the entire system of suffering.
So, how does this one mistake build into such a vicious cycle? How does one simple error in who we think we are create that constant state of stress and fear that so many of us live in every single day?
Well, the source lays it out in three really logical steps. First, you've got amnesia. We just forget our deeper connection to everything. That immediately leads to step two, fear. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you believe this body is all you've got, you're going to be terrified of losing it. And that fear, that's what launches us into step three, competition. A frantic, high-stress survival of the fittest mode where we're constantly fighting to protect our little, fragile selves. And this slide just illustrates it perfectly. It shows the two different worlds our minds can live in. Most of us, most of the time, are stuck over on the left, in the beta wave world. It's high frequency, it's chaotic, it's all about survival. But locked away, we all have access to the theta wave world, a state of deep calm, incredible memory, and even genius. It's not that we can't get there, it's just that the noise of the beta world is so loud it drowns everything else out. So, is there a way out? Is there a way to turn down the volume on that beta wave chaos? The source points to a fascinating example, the silent savant. They offer a kind of living blueprint for a mind that operates outside this frantic cycle of fear. You can think of the savant mind as a sort of roadmap. It overcomes that core amnesia because it's naturally tuned in to those deeper, calmer brainwave patterns. It totally breaks the cycle of competition because it's focused on seeing the patterns in the world as it is, not on climbing some social ladder. And ultimately, it shows us a brain that handles fear not by fighting it, but by just seeing right through it, with this incredible, unwavering focus. And this brings us to a really crucial insight from our source. The solution to fear isn't about finding more courage. We don't need to be brave and go to war with it. We just need to see things clearly, exactly as they are. It's that truthful, unflinching observation that makes fear dissolve all on its own. To really help us feel the difference between these two states of being, the source gives us a beautiful piece of poetry. So let's take a second and just explore these two worlds, the world of frantic striving and the world of quiet stillness. This first part just perfectly captures that beta wave world we were talking about. A heart that's a market that trades in fear. The constant demand for more that comes from the ego. And that last line is so haunting. We walk as separated ghosts within the crowd. That is a perfect description of the isolation that avidya creates. And then we get the alternative, the theta wave world. It's about seeing the pattern, not the chaos. You see, the wisdom isn't in striving harder or shouting louder. It's in the stillness. The invitation here is to just surrender the striving and discover the profound truth that's already waiting inside us. Okay, so we've explored the philosophy and the poetry, which is great, but how do we actually apply this stuff in our lives? Well, this next section offers a practical, actionable tool that you can start using right now to find your own clarity. The source calls this the fear filter, and it's a super simple 3-step experiment. First, you find a small modern trigger for your anxiety, like a stressful news headline or a snarky comment on social media.
Second, you just use your breath to calm your mind down and find a moment of silence. Then third, you look at the trigger again and immediately ask yourself one very specific question.
And this right here is the core of the entire test. You ask yourself this one simple question. Does this thought threaten my prana, my actual life force, or is it only threatening my ego? By asking this again and again, you literally train your brain to tell the difference between real, actual danger and just manufactured anxiety.
So, as we start to wrap this up, let's pull all these ideas together for one final, powerful takeaway on how we find our way back home, back to that house where the door has been open all along. Ultimately, the journey we've been talking about here isn't about conquering the world outside. It's not about winning more battles for money or status or power. The true path to peace is about achieving internal coherence. It's about aligning all the different parts of yourself from the inside out.
And so we end right where we began, with that image of being a ghost in our own house. This final question isn't for me to answer. It's for you. Take a look at your own life, at your own mind. What door to peace, to clarity, or to truth is already open, just waiting for you to finally walk through it?